So, for those people who's been working in a team at work under a supervisor that's not as competent as you think, man, I feel you. I mean, been working at the same place for about 4 years, really, and good lord, if your supervisor is the type of person that in public tells you what to do, how to do it, and then tells you behind closed door how to do it and help him or help her, good lord. I mean, I just got off an entire week working with him on a special project, and he has about 32 years of experience under his belt, supposedly, and working into a lab. I mean, man, oh man. I mean, something as simple as taking the temperature, figuring out if it's colder or hotter, still needs some advice. I mean, he asked me one time to turn it colder, right? So I was in the lab with him and I was telling him, yeah, you need to put the temperature limit colder. It's a freezer, and then the higher temperature needs to be hotter. He's like, gotcha. So what do you want me to put? And I just tell him, okay, so I guess for a minus 80 freezer, for example, you can put the high temperature minus 65, and a low temperature would be a minus 88, for example. He's like, what? Are you sure? Shouldn't be around, because minus 88 is hotter than the minus 65. And I just stood there, and in my head, I was smashing my head against the wall and just asking myself, why are you even here? I mean, you keep telling everybody that you have 30, 35, 38 years of experience. I mean, please. Slam my head against the wall. This is not right. And this has been going on for a long time. But because the supervisor has some leverage on the director or some overseer, he's still around. Oh my, come on. Ugh. It's so frustrating. Like, for example, I had to go in a lab with him, help him out on something. And boy, oh boy, I just wanted to drop. He told everybody in front that was walking in the hallway, I need your help, I need to give you instruction on a couple things. I'm like, sure, let me just leave my post from the computer that I was trying to focus with my headphones on and go help him. Sure. Telling other people what to do to me in front of other people. Sure. I go up there. He's telling me to close the door. Alright. I guess it's a mistake he did. He needs me to correct. No. He asked me to read instruction from a manual. Letter by letter, word per word, so that he knows what to do and how to do it. And I'm just telling him word per word what to do. Word per word. And he needed somebody to read him instruction. I'm like, come on, man. You gotta be playing with me. And as I'm reading the instruction, I'm realizing that there are certain words he's not certain about. And so he asked me to explain it behind closed door. Once the instructions were done, and he was done with it, guess what happened? Dear Lord! He opened the door and he tells everybody. That is correct. This is how you do it. Okay? So the next time you know what to do. I lost my shit. I was just... Are you serious? I spent 5 minutes explaining to you what to do, and now you're telling me how to do it in front of other people. You gotta be shitting me. Seriously. For those who have that type of supervisor, I feel bad for you. Good lord. And the best part is, at the end of the day, he writes out an email, CCing the owner of the facility or of the company and gives the same instruction to the group that I gave him just by reading the book. And he explained that he had to decode, break down the explanation, just so that the unit won't be able to understand what were the instruction. I mean, you gotta be shitting me now. And they think he's a genius. And at the end of the week, that's when you find out that he was actually grandfather into that job title. Are you serious? Oh man, those type of thing is just dumb. Yeah, for example, I got another one. You're working in a position, right? You have a meeting with other people. Cool. They ask you if you have any question on a project. You start asking your question. Your supervisor just says, yeah, that's a great question. I'm just looking at him every time and say, why don't you ask the question? He just says, no, it's fine. I mean, come on. Another thing, and boy, that pisses me off. It just looks bad. Every time when there's question, he always asks, so, are we done? Can we get the food? What? Comes into the meeting for the food, for the free food. I'm over here trying to break my head to figure out the kinks of this project, and he just... I don't even know. So for those who have that type of work environment, at least there's one good thing. You're training your patience. Right? I mean, dear Lord. Whenever he calls me and tells me what to do and how to do it in front of other people and then asks me for more explanation behind closed door, I just want to just ram my head through the wall and just eat shit. But you want to know funny experience is that one time a patient had to come in and bring some stool, right? And he goes in the area where we do some sample testing. And the patient gave him the stool in a hummus box. That's right. And I hear this. I'm kind of far from the area where there's testing, so I hear this. Ah! I get up, I run, see my supervisor, and I ask him, what's wrong? He looks at the hummus box, and I see brown shit. I tell him, what's wrong? He says, well, there's shit in the box. I tell him, it's okay, deal with it, right? You have 35, 38 years of experience. He's like, get out. Alright, I'm closing the door. He's like, don't close the door. I closed the door. He was breathing it. I opened it, of course. After a second, looks at me and says, Can you bring me the mask? I said, absolutely. I'll bring you the mask. I bring him the mask. Doesn't know how to put it on. He needs help. He needs help to put it on because he's kind of big. So I just gave him the mask and I tell him, okay, I gotta do other stuff. I have another meeting. I come back from the meeting. He still hasn't done anything. He's still trying to put on the mask. I tell him, good. Do you need any help? Tells me, no, I got this. Perfect. Tries to put on the mask. The mask is not clipped properly. The mask falls into the hummus box. And now you have a big brown stain. And you hear another, ah! Oh, Lord. I mean, I feel bad at first, but after everything he's done for 4 years, you gotta be testing me out, man. Anyway. So, that was just me venting out after an entire week. So, just for those who have a hard time with your supervisor and he's not as bright or she's not as bright as the people under them in the organigram. I feel ya, you're not alone. Oh man, this just sucks. Alright, later.